What's up everyone, Hani Habi here, welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, please go check my other videos and please do not forget to subscribe and like the video if you do. Okay, are you ready guys? Let's get to business. Let's get right to it. Today I have got my hands on the world's best gaming monitor. Yes, I said it, and I mean it. Yes, this is the best of the best. Man, I'm really excited for this. It took me so long to get my hand on this one. I can't wait no more, I guess you guys also. You know what? Let's unbox this bad boy immediately. Sorry guys. The box is so big. It does not fit on my table. That's why the viewing angle is not as good as expected to be. But I'm gonna do my best to show you everything that sits in. User guide. This is the stand legs. Power cable. The stand. Wow, it's heavy. What sits inside of this little box? More books. The back cover plate and some cables. Yes, there he is. Come here, buddy. Let's now put it together. It's really easy. Just watch, I will show step by step how to do it. Please take your time and make sure to not scratch it. Now let's plug the cables in. As you see, the stand has like a little hole on the bottom. This is perfect for cable management. Now, let's talk some specs and tech, and let me present to you the Beauty and the Beast, as I name it. It's beautiful from outside and a beast from inside. So yeah, that's why it's a beauty and a beast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dell Alienware AW2521H. This is an ultra-fast IPS gaming monitor designed for the seasoned e-sports veteran who doesn't compromise when it comes to performance. It offers smooth visuals and blur-free performance wrapped in an attractive shell that doesn't fail to impress. It's one of the first few monitors released with an extremely high 360hz refresh rate, which helps deliver an incredible response time with silky smooth motion. It also has an exceptionally low input lag and native G-Sync variable refresh rate (VRR) support, but it doesn't support FreeSync. It's really well built and offers great ergonomics, so you shouldn't have any difficulty placing it in an ideal viewing position. It has an IPS panel with wide viewing angles, but that comes at the cost of a low contrast ratio, so blacks appear closer to gray when viewed in the dark. The smaller screen and 1080p resolution may be too limiting for office use, but the lower resolution isn't too taxing on your graphics card when gaming. The Alienware AW2521H is a premium gaming monitor with an equally opulent price point, so let's check out if it's worth your hard-earned cash. Let's talk about its design and features. The screen is 25 inches big, its weight with stand is 7.7 kilograms, and without stand is 4.5 kilogram. And it's not curved, also it does not have built-in speakers. Unfortunately for the people who wants to use this monitor for other creative things beside gaming. You need to buy speakers, or just use your headphones. As for me, I don't need to because I already have an ultra-wide monitor who does have built-in speakers. This is a lot like the AW2521H, but this model is clearly a cut above the latter when it comes to its specs. This model also comes in either lunar light. But, unfortunately it's sold out, and they are nowhere to find. Or you can just buy the same one as mine. The dark side of the moon colorways so you can mix it in with a themed setup. The display area is bezel-free on 3 sides, so the view is maximized with very minimal disturbance. 25-inch monitors are pretty standard nowadays, but this monitor isn't the most compact in its class. The stand's V-shaped base needs 10 inches of depth, but at least it leaves a lot of room in between the 2 pegs. The monitor's unique shape is to blame, but it's what gives the product its distinct Alienware identity. This monitor is part of Dell's premium portfolio, so it isn't surprising that it features fantastic build quality. The plastic panels are thick and sturdy, and you can feel that they match each other perfectly to avoid flexing or uneven gaps. There are no cosmetic defects and the stand remains perfectly still even when the user is rigorously gaming or typing. This also has RGB LEDs on the spine of its stand and the Alienware logo at the back of the chassis. The lights are bright enough to cast a gentle glow on your setup, but you have to place it against a wall to make the light more noticeable. You have the brand's Alien FX app to manipulate the LEDs. But the bad news is it doesn't synchronize with external RGB ecosystems like Razer Chroma or Asus Aura. This model uses an on-screen display, OSD, joystick that's accompanied by 4 hotkeys for your convenience. The layout is located at the lower corner behind the chassis, so you can easily reach for it and adjust a setting on the fly. OSD buttons are inexcusable at this price range, so I'm glad Dell and Alienware added this into their design considerations. The massive stand for this monitor which keeps it steady is also flexible since it offers tilt, swivel, pivot, and height adjustments. You can swap it out in favor of a VESA mount, but I think it's only necessary for specific instances. Keep in mind that you lose the aesthetic value of the monitor if you use it without that part, and I'm almost sure that a chunk of the price you pay went to it, so you might as well use it. The massive stand for this monitor which keeps it steady is also flexible since it offers tilt, swivel, pivot, and height adjustments. You can swap it out in favor of a VESA mount, but I think it's only necessary for specific instances. Keep in mind that you lose the aesthetic value of the monitor if you use it without that part, and I'm almost sure that a chunk of the price you pay went to it, so you might as well use it. This monitor also features a lot of connectivity options for your convenience, starting with its DisplayPort 1.4 and 2 HDMI 2.0 video inputs. You also get 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 slots, 2 of which are located under the bottom bezel in a hub along with a headphone jack. These 2 slots have special features, with one of them capable of NVIDIA Reflex Latency Analyzer and the other offering fast charging. Sadly, there are no speakers with this monitor that can complete its package. It is forgivable that the company did not build these into the monitor, but it's a chance to provide an upgraded set that's good enough for gaming like what BenQ does with its X monitors. Now let's talk about the display and its performance. This monitor boasts a 25-inch IPS panel with a 1920 by 1080 resolution, a searing 360 Hz maximum refresh rate, and a 1 millisecond response time. The backlight is rated to go up to 400 candelas per square meter, but the contrast ratio is limited to 1000 to 1 like most IPS panels. This model doesn't advertise VESA's HDR standards, but it is an HDR10 compatible gaming monitor. Most users won't have to struggle with this monitor when upgrading since it still offers a familiar 1920 by 1080 resolution. It isn't the sharpest, but it's easy to use for reading and it will not squeeze the life out of your GPU for very high frame rates. Take note that you need a very powerful processor as well at this resolution to get the most frames out of your GPU. This monitor covers 98 of sRGB and around 80 DCI-P3, which means it is not the most vibrant, but it still is great for gaming. However, it features fantastic accuracy right out of the box with a DA average of 1.12. The color temperature slightly exceeds the 6500K point, but it's ready for gaming as soon as you plug it in. Calibrating the monitor can lower the DA average to around 0.50. But I don't think it is worth it for gaming purposes. Using a colorimeter can correct the already very minor flaws, but it's already good to go thanks to Alienware's fantastic factory calibration. Of course, you can tweak it if you already have the gadget, but spending more on it isn't practical judging from these results. This monitor can get blindingly bright, reaching as much as 460 candelas per square meter in some instances. The contrast ratio hits 1320 to 1 at 50 brightness, which is excellent for an IPS panel and comparable to the other top picks out there. However, the screen's black luminance can still look washed out when viewed at night, but that's natural for IPS anyway. Panel uniformity for this monitor is decent save for when an all-black image is displayed on the screen. There is some noticeable clouding on the top corners of the monitor, but it gets covered when a full-color image is on display. Take note that this aspect varies between every unit, so there are better and worse ones out there. This monitor is a lightning-fast gaming monitor, so you wouldn't see any kind of blurring at its max refresh rate. Setting the overdrive to its fast level is the best solution that lets you enjoy a screen without any noticeable persistence or blurring. The higher boost levels will add overshoot, so they are useless if you are after a pristine screen in fast-paced scenes. This is a G-Sync exclusive gaming monitor, which is understandable since Nvidia played a significant role in developing the 360hz genre. However, the Asus PG259QN works with FreeSync, so I'm hoping to see a future firmware update that will unlock it. Input lag sits at slightly under 2 milliseconds, making this model one of the fastest in the current market. Okay, what are my thoughts on the Alienware AW2521H? Well, this is a fantastic choice for esports fans since it's incomparably fast except for one other monitor, the Asus PG259QN. The monitor offers a color-accurate IPS panel out of the box that doesn't show signs of blurring or ghosting, which makes it fantastic at fast-paced games like CSGO or even Warzone. It is also one of the best-looking display products out there, making it a great centerpiece for your sophisticated battle station at home. This monitor is excellent and all, but it is prohibitively expensive for many and it isn't widely available. However, if it becomes available via the links below or if you spot it in the wild, I highly suggest you grab it right away. It's one of the best competitive gaming monitors hands down, especially when performance is concerned. I hope that this video was helpful, and you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, and thanks again for watching.